As an Army veteran, father, grandfather, I understand the struggles families face every day. Like you, I'm worried about the rising cost of living. Inflation is eating away at our savings. On top of that, our border is out of control. Illegal immigration is straining our communities and putting our security at risk. Washington is broken and career politicians have failed us. We need leaders who will tackle inflation head on, secure our borders, leaders who will put America first. I'm running for the United States Senate to bring common sense back to Washington and to fight for the hardworking families of this state. I'm Ray McKay, and I approve this message.
Someone like to come, okay. Yeah, if you could just state your name, where you live, and if you could keep your comments polite and professional, that would be appreciated.
Of course. Good afternoon, my name is Katrina Lafayette. I live in North Smithfield, and I'd like to address the board.
Microphone.
Is it not on?
Yeah.
Can you hear me now? Perfect. It's time the WHA focuses on the employees and your residents. This board approved an investigation into a whistleblower, a fellow commissioner, and the employees. Hool is gone, and so should be his spare no expense investigate everyone who differs from his opinion. The notion that this board would investigate a whistleblower for coming forward with trepidation to inform a commissioner of what they perceive as a violation of the law or policy is alarming. The way this was handled further illustrates that your attorney, Luis Marcus, isn't serving the WHA in the best interest, but perhaps was following Hool's lead down a very dark path. This board's decision to investigate is another clear example that you don't understand right from wrong. You thank a whistleblower, and you protect people for coming forward. You don't attack them. Louise Marcus is not a member of this board. She serves to direct the executive director and the board on policy and legal matters. It's absolutely ludicrous that you would pay her to review talk show radio hours and opine that it's important to investigate, and she will be the investigator. After all, Louise Marcus benefits from doing any investigation with billable hours. If an investigation is warranted, it should not be from the attorney stating it's a good idea, but by an independent attorney. She clearly agrees to investigation on her own benefit, which I believe is unethical. The WHA doesn't have enough money to fix the buildings and provide good wages and benefits to retain its employees. So why would you authorize a spare no expense investigation into the now resigned Mike Hool's witch hunt to squelch a person's First Amendment right? Knock it off. You aren't going to win. And do you really want to be known as the board that wasted WHA funds, taxpayer dollars, for trying to infringe on the First Amendment right? Director, you are responsible for the day-to-day at the WHA. You made the decision to put an employee out on administrative leave for providing executive session minutes to me via an APRO. You may have been influenced or even directed by Hool to do so. Ultimately, it was your decision, and a very bad decision, as we all know that the person who failed to ensure those minutes were kept confidential was Louise Marcus. Equally important was Louise Marcus's decision not to intervene and admit the release was her fault, and hers alone, and no employee should have been put out on leave. Director, we understand you were handed this job because of your political allies. You had zero HUD experience.
Excuse me. I asked politely to keep this within a polite, professional manner, and, those are your opinions. Okay, so please keep it within the context of what the point you're trying to make.
Okay. It is a fact, though, that the director did not
It's
have
your
any
opinion.
HUD experience.
It's your
It's
opinion.
actually on his resume.
He
from
was
when
on
applied.
probation for
Okay,
6 months.
so despite the board saying they were going to continue the executive director search to hire someone with HUD knowledge and experience, it's no secret why you got the job. You've been absent in any discussion or comment on the best interest of the WHA. Why is that? If you're not able or willing to stand on your own 2 feet, reach way down deep inside and find your conscience and run this housing authority with transparency and integrity, then you should resign too. Thank you for the time.
Anyone else?
Hi, my name is Pat Ford. I'm with Coalition Radio Network based in Providence, Rhode Island. I find it in moments like this, I have to point out the spirit of public comment. People are entitled to make a public comment. If they are not using abusive language, if they're not raising their voice, if they're not threatening, they have the right to make their opinion on the record. That's the point. The rest of this meeting can be held in whatever form that health forum form you want to do, but ultimately, you must not interrupt people in public comment for your own political expediency. Second of all, sitting here and watching people fail to second a legitimate nomination based on really political angles is just one of the more appalling things I've ever seen. It shows political cowardice. Sue me.